Hello, it is March 27th, 2026, just past midnight. In this video, I am going to talk about, I'll just call them energies. Because, yeah, I'm not a scientist, and like, what is energy? And some of the things I might say, it might be like, is that energy? Or, yeah, I made a video, right? I posted it. Then I made another video because I was going to get into the energy talk, but I ended up ranting about a lot of stuff. I'm like, maybe I should have posted that. I don't think I've ever like made a video or try to make a video for this channel just ranting. But I can look at some stuff in there, you know, about like work and things that have happened at work and maybe fit that into energy. So yeah, I'll put timestamps. Yeah, part of the reason why I wanted to make this video was I was thinking about something that happened last week. I really need to write everything down because I was going in my YouTube history and kind of like being like, when was I listening to this meditation, or was it from maybe, you know, when I napped and listened to this? I can't remember. I think it was sometime after the 16th. Maybe it was Friday night. I think it was definitely before Sunday, because Sunday I had another thing going on. Like Sunday, my left foot was like throbbing a little, like it kind of felt like something with my blood flow. And I'm like thinking, oh, maybe it's because I think it was Sunday night. It's because yeah, I like was laying on the couch with my feet like over the, you know, the armrest, the sides. But I mean, I've been kind of doing that. Yeah, it's a new place, and you know, I just yeah. So it's like, oh, maybe yeah, but it didn't happen any of the other times. And then I think it was that night or the following. Yeah, I think it was it most of the day, the following day. I don't know, but like I had a headache on the left side of my head, and I feel like maybe there's something with that, like something with my foot, like the blood flow on the left side affecting my, giving me I rarely get a headache. Maybe like dehydration. I felt like I was kind of getting a headache with that rant video, and I've had headaches in the past, like working in an office, taking phone calls with people yelling at me. But I'm not a kind of person that like really gets headaches unless I'm like really frustrated, or like I said, maybe I'm dehydrated or something. So energy. Okay, so the thing that happened, I don't hear anyone talking about it, and I know I made like a little post online about it. I think this would be the fourth one after my awakening, like, or after 2019 maybe. But I feel like maybe I've gotten these in childhood too. Like I feel like it is something spiritual. I could be wrong, and I don't know how it exactly fits in with energies, where I'll feel like some sort of pressure in my head. But in like some sense, it doesn't feel physical. It's more like a feeling, like just being pushed down or something. Yeah, the one time, I think the last time in the last post, I was imagining like a vortex. Yeah, you don't have to watch my, I don't think I'm going to put anything here for you to look at. I just don't want the camera facing me right now. I mean, I could do one of those videos, but hey, whatever. You can just listen. Yeah, I got a sense like, the toroidal, you know, like, I don't know, like when I got that kind of weight feeling, so I don't know if that's, And I also thought, like, is it maybe a certain, like, star seeds, or is it everybody, or maybe it's totally not spiritual, but I feel like it is. Because, yeah, last time, I know one time I got that feeling. I was kind of feeling like something was like a finger was like pushing down on me or something. Like I'm a ball, and it's just like pushing. Um, like it kind of feels like maybe it's like something with the pineal gland. But then, like I said, that it also doesn't feel physical. Like it's like a kind of like an emotion. Like I'm feeling sadness. It kind of, but it's like weight. You know, it's not like I can pinpoint, you know, emotion unless it's like my chest or my heart hurt. You know, but it's um, that's kind of how to describe it. So I think the time before is maybe a couple years. I don't know. But I feel like something might have happened. And it might have, I'm thinking maybe that happened like a couple days before my left foot hurt and I had the headache on the left side. I have had, I think it was the beginning of 2024, you know, something with in the body, like the left side is being cleared or the right side's being cleared, like something like that. I feel like that has some sort of tie, like if you're connected to someone, maybe sexually, I kind of feel like it has something like maybe they're clearing something up, like clearing you out of that. Maybe, you know, this other person's seeing someone and it's like, oh, your energy's gone. And, or, yeah, I don't know. I just felt like there's something weird at that time. I think it was January 2024, or maybe it was 23. I think it was 24. And I do believe, I don't believe, um, you know, like we can sense each other. Like, you know, you're connected to someone and you can, um, yeah, that's the thing. Because I used to, yeah, after, cause I had my awakening 2018, 2019. So, but I'd be more aware of these things. Like, you know, if you give energy to a man sexually, and then he go, you know, like he still has energy, and then he's seeing someone else, and he's kind of spreading that energy there to that person, and you can kind of sense something going on, you know, like weird shit like that. Um, you know, so it's like not cool to do that, or maybe another path just intuitively, like you, like there's been times where I'm thinking, oh, you know, he's probably doing this, or oh yeah, he'll contact me. So I don't know if that's a telepathic thing, or you know, something with energy and sense. I mean, maybe it's all energy. I've thought like, okay, people say this is everything's an illusion, this is the matrix, but yeah, I've questioned myself, like what is powering it all? Like obviously there's something there, like even if this is a projection, obviously there's something there, right? I mean, you can say like nothing exists and it's nothing, yeah, but like a, you know, or there's actually an intelligence or something at the very least. So energy. So yeah, I don't know if, yeah, but yeah, I wanted to talk about the weight. I haven't heard anyone talking about it. I feel like it's a thing. So maybe it has something to do with the pineal gland, maybe like a star seed, like maybe something with consciousness, and like, you know, maybe it's like something like blocking you, like pushing you down more into like earth or trying to ground you. I did, I think it's like a couple days ago. So today is now Friday, so maybe Thursday, maybe Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was just feeling like I was starting to zap things again, and I don't know. I did notice like one night I was like touching, you know, the light switches, and I'd zap, or I mean I'd zap the 'cause I did have so I was, is there someone talking outside, or is that a motorcycle? I don't know, but yeah, I feel like my awakening, there was something with energy. Yeah, was I've told people this online, like yeah, yeah, I felt like I started to, I don't know, like kind of Like, it was just all becoming too much. Like, I was kind of going bonkers in the office, kind of like, like more irritable, and what am I doing here? And, some physical problems. And yeah, and that time, like, yeah, I did, it seemed like towards the end, like for a few months, like I kept on zapping things, like, like zapping metals, like getting in my car, I'd zap the frame, like everything, zap, 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 like before my actual awakening. And then after that, maybe a good 2 years, I would still zap things. And now, yeah, that doesn't happen. But yeah, like maybe 2 nights ago, like it started. So I'm like, I don't know if there's another awakening. And yeah, I've heard with sliders, people think they had like ET contact, and that's why they got all this. Part of me feels like you're not grounding, and once you ground, yeah, during the awakening, I think I was still zapping things, and it's like my third eye or something open, and yeah, I was talking about the pineal gland, like that time. Like I'm questioning, because maybe it's been open, like, or maybe there's another way to view. I'm still not really sure, like, about visions, like people are just like, oh, it's the third eye, but like, is it there's something else maybe too? But mine sounded like a corkscrew, like I could feel it, like something was like trying to like unblock it, and now it's like closed again. So I'm kind of wondering if something like blocked my third eye or my pineal gland again or so. But I've heard it, like it just, and I felt it like in my head, like something, a corkscrew coming out and making a noise like, I mean, it could have been my nasal like cavity or something, and I thought it was back, in, in the middle of my head more. Which gets to something weird that I kind of forgot about. Well, I mean, I've thought about it here and there, but, because yeah, I haven't talked about like some of my paranormal experiences. I don't really have, like, yeah, I feel like some of these experiences just kind of make me, kind of like I'm an investigator, kind of like, okay, what happened, yeah, so the weight. So, if you've experienced it, yeah, when I was a kid, I remember, so it had to have been like, because I know I lived at this one place, and when we moved it was 7, so it had to have been like 7, and who knows for how long, like, and I know like a lot of nights I just remember like laying in bed and feeling this weight over me, not like the old hag or an entity, just kind of like that pressure like on me. And I always get the sense like the weight of the world is on me, like maybe that's something, like trying to make me stay more physical, like in some sense, or like, I don't know, like you're being a little too out there, like stay more like 3D and or something, I don't know. And what was it? I was thinking of something and then I lost it. Yeah, I get these things where I just like, my brain goes bloop, blank, like I have mental issues, like, yeah, I thought like, it could be some fraction, some part, like higher self, like just shutting me out. Like I have thought, like, am I being mind controlled? I mean, yeah, I question everything. Like, how am I getting these synchronicities, and where are these messages coming from? Is it from my higher self? Am I really connecting to like a divine consciousness? And I say collective differently than like other readers, like I do go into relationships, but most times people are talking about relationships and da-da-da, but I kind of, yeah, now I'm getting into the cocky, kind of go into this step. I mean, it helps, I get like crystals and I try to work the stones, crystals with cards and kind of be a little more sciencey and visual. It's like I was thinking of something else to say and that went off that went away too. Yeah, I was thinking of that ranting video. There's some things I can maybe salvage, like you know, like this is a, you know, whole. Yeah, I think I was getting there about, but not. Yeah, first thing I lost, I don't know, but the next thing I was going into is like you question yourself, like are you manifesting this, you know, because you're thinking about it. Oh yeah, the collective. Yeah, in that video I did say, especially like when I've had jobs, I think a lot. Like I'm thinking of like solving things in my head, and you question your, you know, like, is it manifesting because I'm thinking it, or am I like solving something for the collective that's coming in the field, or do I have telepathic abilities and I'm reading people's minds? Because there's been times where I'm just like, oh, they're gonna have a new program, or they're gonna. Sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's positive. You know, like positive would be everyone getting a raise. A negative would be like, oh, we're cutting this out, or we're not going to have these, but you know. But yeah, and then there's a thing like when I'm, yeah, especially when I'm irritated, frustrated, I feel like that stuff, the more telepathic stuff will come in more like, oh shit, you know, I know they're going to tell me to come over here and do this. They're going to think I'm lazy, or like I usually get the vibe like they're looking down on me, and I'm like, they're gonna, you know, I feel like I have thought about this before, because I feel like it's lightning. Like when I snap at people, like I'm like there's some sort of energy here that I'm working with, and they're just in this like kind of, you know, space here, but I'm like in a space that's connecting up here, and then when someone, you know, like irritates me and then I get all snappy, it's like I use that like that energy or something, and then like they get some sort of, I've had times like it seems like I sound horrible, like I've snapped at like, and it's weird because I'm a shy person, and I'll get to the point where I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you're a manager. Like if it's weird. Like it's a vibe, or it's like something they cross within me that's just, I don't know. Maybe that's something I need to work on. But like it's also showed me stuff, because a lot of times it seems like they're somehow connecting to me after that, and they're like nicer, but they're not being like fake nice. It's kind of like there's a, I've talked about this with people online. That like there seems to be an inner knowing, like yeah, like we get each other, or you know. There's also a simple thing where I feel like when I start new jobs, people, you know, think I'm normal, and then they kind of like start, you know, like there's something a little off about her, like you can't figure it out. But yeah, that's a little different, but and maybe from that they'll kind of be like, yeah, maybe she's like a little autistic or something, you know, because I'm not normal. Not, I can not snap one, but yeah, but I don't know. So I feel like, yeah, there's that, maybe the anger energy. So we'll call that the anger energy, but where is it coming from? Yeah, so it's going on about the work, and then the collective consciousness working, because when it's strange, because like I feel like I quit my job at this office job a few years ago. Then I had an awakening, and then at that time I was just like wanting people to open up their minds, like just be more open to things. And then it seemed like 2020 hit, you know, people were working at home, like out of jobs, and then it just seems like more and more. So I just feel like, yeah, it's confusing, and I have predicted things, but then it might come out as a fluke. I call them flukes. Like I'll say this, but maybe like it was at that time, but it was slightly, you know. But yeah, the energy. Yeah, I've talked, so look at the sexual energy. There's also with the sleep paralysis or in meditations. I don't get that as much anymore. where you feel your whole body vibrating. I kind of felt like how it's vibrate, like maybe there's a certain frequency connecting a certain place. Is a last the I didn't get to talking about it, but I had I can make a sleep paralysis body vibration video. I've had a lot in meditations, but the actual like sleep paralysis or feeling like something that's not like yeah, the what I think it happened end of March or April last year, 2025, where my whole body, yeah, just because I think there's different kinds of body vibrations. This one was like really intense, like just like really intense, and I was hearing like a in my head, and then at that time I was like, I think yeah, and then I also was kind of like in a dream state, like I was seeing like it was like it's more like an astral dream. I mean, it could have been an out of body, but like I was in bed feeling my body vibrate, but then I also was like another consciousness or something, like I'm standing next to my bed, like looking at myself. Yeah, and then I felt like my consciousness was going somewhere and I freaked out, and then I think it was the next day there I might have saw yeah, I think it was a fear of death because yeah, I haven't in years seen someone, you know, laying on the ground. Yeah, so I felt like that was a synchronicity telling me. I think there might have been more things, you know, telling me. I kind of get that feeling like, you know, that paranoia, like when the times I've smoked weed, I get that kind of like, I feel like I'm in a box, like, you know, kind of like a claustrophobic feeling, like, oh God, like I just want to like not be high. Like I get like that. I mean, I've smoked weed just kind of, I feel like I'm kind of observing, experimenting. I haven't done like hard drugs that yeah, because one time I bought some just to kind of, yeah, and then yeah, this guy was saying he was a huge star, but I didn't really smoke, you know, maybe a few puffs. It's just never really been my thing. Like I've had roommates long ago that smoking. It just, you know, it just wasn't my thing. But yeah, kind of like I almost feel like I have to calm myself, like kind of like meditation, like it'll be because I don't like the feeling, like kind of like it feels almost. I usually get like a choky, maybe because I'm a cigarette smoker, like my throat is getting tight. It seems like that's with like cigarette smokers. And like I kind of worry that like I won't like breathe, so I got that going on. I feel like I'm gonna it's like I wanted to like cough and like kind of sneeze, and I kind of like clenched my teeth a little, like, okay, I can sneeze like really loud. Actually, was it the first video I made? I did sneeze, so I don't know what's going on. And excuse me. I lost what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, like I have to like calm myself. Yeah, it feels like like I'm, and then it, you know, like my awareness or something, it's like I want to get out of it, like, and usually time is slow. Time seems slow. Yeah, I just don't, yeah, I don't feel good. And yeah, I used to like, you know, enjoy drinking alcohol and getting a good buzz. I never like got crazy with it, you know, just like a couple cocktails, you know. It's like, but it's like maybe the last 2 3 years, like every time I try to drink, like I can't get a good buzz. Like it'll just be like, you know, and it's just, and I have had like some like kind of paranoia with that. I don't know what's changed. I've heard, you know, like people are drinking less, so I don't know if there's something chemically or consciously or something going on there, because I think that started like 2-3 years ago, where it's just like, yeah, every once in a while I'll just have a drink to see, like, will I get that? But yeah, I don't. So I don't know. Maybe I'm more evolved spiritually. I don't know. How long has this been? So yeah, 25 minutes. I'm rambling. I feel like there's, so yeah, the sleep paralysis. I didn't get to finishing that. It wasn't like paralysis. I think if I would have moved, I would have, but I just stayed still, and I just remember just freaking out. And this is the part that I never noticed about the body vibrating. Like, so it was like, and that was going in my head. I don't know, because I think at that time I was listening to, I know I was listening to meditation music, but I don't, like, before I went into the meditation nap or whatever, but I don't know if it cut out somewhere. And I know when I went back to listen to what I was listening to, the 417 meditative mind video, I know there's a part, I think it might be 3, 4, 8, I don't know how many hours it is, but there are parts where it'll have like kind of like the music, and then it'll be like, so I don't know if that's what I was hearing from the video. I wear earbuds, or if that was like not part of that. And when I woke up, or how did that happen? Sometimes I need to really write things down, because yeah, I think I just, like, after that I just went to sleep. Yeah, a lot of times when I wake up, the meditation, whatever I'm listening to, maybe like an earbud fell out, or or maybe it will still be playing it, or oh yeah, so one thing I noticed in that I didn't notice with any other of the buzzings was the energy dying down. And it felt like there's a sheet. Like when the energy went down, like I could feel like, the buzzing going away, and then it's like I felt like a sheet come over my body, like that's, the outer part of the field or whatever. And it was like, and I don't know, like it felt like maybe it was like if I had to like sense, because I didn't see it, but I felt like maybe like at least 3 inches above me, maybe, and then and then a sheet just coming. Yeah, I thought that was weird. And then like a few weeks later, I think it was less than a month later, like I had that kind of thing again, but it wasn't as tense. Like it was like testing me, but I don't think I went anywhere. Yeah, I can make other videos about the buzzing thing. There's one where I was doing a yoga ninja exercise, and I had a strange one with that, where I was hearing like electricity coming out of the wall outlet, and like some crinkly noise to the side. Kind of like, what's that? Like I was hearing energy. Yeah, I'll leave that another time. So, energy. Yeah, I wanted to share that weight thing, because I feel like it's something. Yeah, the slider, so I didn't really get into the slider stuff too much. So, yeah, I was zapping a lot of things before my awakenings. So, and I think I was still during, but I don't think it was as intense. So, I don't know if you have to ground, so like the abilities will come, like, like maybe your third eye will open, or knowledge or downloads, because I kind of feel, yeah, I watched it. There was some lady podcast. I think she had made a video on sliders not too long ago. I don't know. If I find it, I'll put it in the comments section. Oh, it was this video. Because I think she had a theory going on too, like that comes before awakening, or maybe she just mentioned about it in a video. I haven't watched that many of her stuff. Yeah, so your energy's not scattered and it's going into an input, like plugging into some thing, maybe. I'm not, yeah, so I said a couple days ago, maybe, I was like, kind of, I was like thinking, like, am I gonna have some, like, is something coming in? Especially with that weight thing, like, so, yeah, is there anything else? I was kind of random and kind of going, not finishing things up and going here and there, and, energy. Yeah, well, I'm not a scientist. I can't tell you what it is. Or I watched Theoria Apophysis, and he's saying even people with, degrees in their stuff, like, he mentions time to time, he asks them, what does this mean or that mean? And they, go by textbook, or like they don't know, they don't really know. They might say what it does, but like no one can ever say like what this or that is. Yeah, and I don't even understand like what he's saying like half the time. So it's like kind of do, I kind of don't, and some things I'm like, kind of like I agree, like I was thinking this, I don't know why, and he just said it, so it's like kind of confirming that maybe what I was thinking was right, even though I don't know what he's really saying. It just, yeah. Yeah, my memory's not so good. That's another thing with memory. Like, what is his name? Matthias. See, my memory's not good. Matthias Stefano? Is that his name? Matthias. That one guy. It was like something like you have to remember, like, put things together, like memories together, or because I remember while I was listening to something, he was talking about like split. Like, was he saying that, or was it the opposite? Like, when you remember, you're splitting conscious, or I don't know. Yeah, I'm very forgetful. Even things I think of, or like word plays, like I forget. It's just really weird. Like I'm constantly being like mind wiped, and that's, it's just so frustrating. Like learning things, because especially words, like, oh, what does this word mean? And then I have to like look it up, like, what does this word mean? And then it's just like, and sometimes you get the meaning until you like experience something with it. Like, I don't know. I'm special. Yeah, I can't remember a lot of stuff. I'm like, I know I learned this, or I even like made this post, but I don't exactly know where. And yeah, I don't. See, I gotta try to finish my sentences. I don't exactly know where I was at, and I have taught. I don't think everything is like, oh, like it's a walk-in. Like I'm forgetting because like my soul, like certain souls keep on leaving my body and coming back in. It's something weird memory, like, yeah, like water. There's some sort of, oh yeah, like antenna. Like he talks about that. Like people think, like yeah, there's something you're connecting to. Like it's not that it's in the water. Like, or people think like the antenna's a sort. Like it's there has to be something, you know, the receiver and the, I feel like some of it's probably simple stuff that I should, whatever, I'm kind of going off. So energy. Is there anything else I wanted to say? I feel like I think sometimes like I'm boring, like I don't really have a lot of experiences, and then I think of some that's like, yeah, that was kind of cool. Like I actually forgot about that one. Like, I feel like I was just thinking about something like, oh yeah, that happened. Yeah, so I need to kind of get into my paranormal kind of experiences. Like, I, um, sorry, I'm just trying to think, like, do I want to talk about, like, what topics I can talk about in the future videos, or do I want to try to go into memory, or is this a long enough video? That's probably hard to listen to. It's been 35 minutes. It's probably, like, past 1 a.m. now. Yeah, well, in that second video, I was ranting. Hi. Oh, God. There's my angry energy going. Um, give me a second. I'm trying to think. I didn't write any notes. I was trying to try to flow and be random with energy talk, and I'm trying to think, like, did I even say much? Like, this is all grouped under energy, even though it might not be. But I mean, overall, I guess everything is. I mean, just with the last reading I did, how I was saying, because I've heard emotions are energy in motion or something. Because got the waterfall card, so I felt like that emotion was gonna be like, you know, kind of like going from the lake to the ocean or something, like kind of like your emotions are being in this vastness, and now somehow, you know, with the negative thinking kind of, there's something with, I feel like I was starting to think something. So you got the emotion, like, so energy. Yeah, I think someone said, there's something about the emotions being, I feel like I came across that. Yeah, something like maybe the tides. Oh, there's a thing I was thinking, also that I said how, like the door, you could, because I did see, have something with that in the timeline about the corridor, like in the Matrix. I think that is like time, and the key maker was like at the end or something. I don't know. I think I didn't watch all of them, but actually, I think for this one, I Googled it because I was having like corridor synchronicities, and so that was something about time and the waterfall, like the flow, the currency, yeah, the energy, the gold, the, so, and then I was thinking about some of the stuff I said and how that might have tied into like the end of 2022. Is this because I was feeling like a 3-year cycle, like it might wrap up, like it's kind of doing that again before things wrap up in some sense, but it's not like the major part of the story. It's like a background story, possibly ish, or maybe it is. Yeah, and then there's the whole thing of patterns. I forget what they call it. See, there's my brain. It's a statistics term. I know that, like, you see patterns, so you think, oh, so this happened this year, and then 2 years later that happened, and then another 2 years that happened. So in another 2 years, this should happen. What is it called? Like indirect, some reduction. I don't know. I forget what it's called, but yeah. So like in a way, I kind of want to see like, oh yeah, like, and also we was talking about the weight. Like, does this happen before, you know, does this happen, like, is there an interval, like, is it every 3 years, possibly every year and a half that I've caught? Is it before, like, you know, there's another awakening that's gonna occur? Is it yeah, so I feel like the notes are important because so I can make correlations, and maybe there aren't any, like, really, or if there is, it's like really far fetching. It's really like out, you know, and not something you can really play with there. Energy. I feel like I haven't really said much. Well, you did say the lightning. Yeah, I don't know science. I still can kind of confused. I'm trying to learn, you know, like I said, I'm forgetful. So when I blah, 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 uh, yeah, I'm just going to leave it there. Yeah, I think that was good. Thank you for watching.